we're back with another episode.
You ready? We're rolling.
They see me rolling.
They hating. Oh,
did you see? We can start the show. Kylie changed the baby's name.
To what?
She was like, "Hey guys, it's me, Kylie. Stop calling the baby Wolf. That's not his name anymore. We decided he's not a wolf, so stop."
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
She's like, "I popped him out, and it just
He didn't look like a wolf.
He didn't look like a wolf." So my question for you is, do you think you'll have a baby name picked out before you see your baby?
Yes, I already have a baby name picked up.
But even like when you get a puppy, you can't name the puppy till you see the puppy because you got to see its personality.
I mean, I'm gonna name my daughter Monica. So
Monica Jr.
mm-hmm. I'm dead serious. People think I play with that, but I'm not. I'm dead serious.
That's
I'm gonna name my daughter. Yeah, it means guider, leader, protector.
No,
I'm all of those things.
Princess.
Alyssa means princess.
Mm-hmm.
That explains a lot about your character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, glad we settled that. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
We missed you so much, even as much as I think you missed us.
Yes. So I was. Well, first of all, let me ask, how are you?
I'm great because it is Fiesta.
Woohoo!
The best time of the year.
Yes.
My favorite holiday, I would say.
I missed it.
You did. Well,
Yeah.
no, it's all week. It's all week next week too. We can go do Fiesta.
Oh, I thought
stuff.
it was the day. Because you know why? When I went out of vacation, okay, I went out of town for vacation, but the airport when I left wasn't like decorated. And then when I came back, all of a sudden everything's like super decorated. And I was like,
If I'm not wrong,
because isn't it 2 weeks, right?
it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I do.
I was gonna say you should know more than me. You're from
I
here.
should know more than you,
Yeah.
but
You're from this place.
yeah, been celebrating all week. Went to Nyosa. Had all the chicken on a stick, all the corn in a cup, all the beer,
All the tahini.
all the. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The
I
only
don't like tahini,
weird
but-
thing about Fiesta in San Antonio is like, you see everyone that you've ever met in your entire life.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
and
Is that a bad thing?
it's like, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not like my favorite
0
thing.
out of 10 would not recommend.
Yeah, it's like a big. It's like going to your high school reunion, but not signing up for it.
Yeah, my 20 years actually coming up.
Are you gonna go?
No. Because we have social media. I already know what all of these people
that's
do.
true.
And I'm still cool with the people that I went to high school with. And if I don't talk to you, I didn't like you in high school and I don't like you now. So what's the difference?
See, but the thing is, at all these Fiesta events, you are just like minding your own business, moving and grooving, and like you're face to face with someone, and you have no choice but to be like, "Hey, girl, what's
Yeah,
up?"
that's true. Yeah.
It's weird,
Yeah.
and everyone's drinking, and I don't know.
Yeah, that would be, you have all those awkward, like, so what are you doing now? Just working. Oh, all right, girl. I'll talk to you later.
Exactly. Oh well, happy Fiesta.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, I fucking love Fiesta, and no one. I feel like the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Like, this shit is a big fucking deal in this town.
I actually came before I moved to San Antonio, I came here during the weekend of Fiesta without knowing it was Fiesta or knowing anything about Fiesta. And I came here to find an apartment. This was in 2015, I think it was. Anyway, and so when I came here, like everything was like super packed and people were just everywhere. And I was like, I don't know that I want to move to this god awful city if it's like this all the time. And so people keep saying, oh, what are you going to do for Fiesta? And I was like, what the hell is Fiesta?
Yeah, for
They're
those
like,
who
"You
are
don't know
not
what it is?"
familiar or not from San Antonio, Fiesta is like Mexican Mardi Gras.
Seriously.
We're talking parades, floats, festivals, drinks,
Yep.
decorations. But oh god, I love it.
Don't you have a parade and they shut down school for it too?
Yeah, so the Friday is Battle of the Flowers. That's the big holiday, and that's when like the day parade is. But there's a day parade, a night parade, a river parade, all sorts of fucking parades. There's everywhere has a festival. There's Nyosa, which is a week long night in Old San Antonio. They shut down a square of downtown, and each little part is a different country. Kind of, you have like Frontier Town and the little Chinese part and Mexican food and this German pavilion, and it's just all like big fundraisers and stuff. There's Taste of New Orleans, which is like the Creole Festival. There's Taste of the North Side, which is White People Festival. There's Alamo Heights Night.
Casseroles,
A wider people festival. Every part of the city
Yeah, it's doing something.
is showing up and showing out.
And there's decorations everywhere. You can't go into a single store without seeing like Fiesta decorations. Like, it's insane.
This is our Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it lasts 2 weeks. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I was telling someone at work, I knew a bunch of parents when I was in high school. The parents would never go on vacation. They never really took trips, but they would always use their PTO for the week of Fiesta.
Oh wow!
Like, that was their vacation.
Yeah.
It's very serious.
No, I've never participated in Fiesta because it always happens right when the weather's changing and it's going kind of into summer and we start getting hot again.
Oh, it's always hot and humid.
I'm very mean when I'm hot. So
dude, but we went to Nyosa on Thursday.
Yeah.
When I tell you, it was the most perfect situation.
Really?
It was like 70 degrees. There was a breeze. It was
that's
beautiful.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so it was nice. I don't think it'll happen again.
Yeah, no, probably not.
It does get really hot.
Yeah.
We got to do something Fiesta.
This week?
Well, maybe next year. I won't make you do it this week, I guess. If you're not ready for it.
I mean, can we do something at night?
Yeah.
Nice and calm?
I'll find something chill for us to
Okay,
do.
I'll do it this week then. And then we can talk about it next week on the podcast.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, let's do that. Well, there are two other things. So, it's Occupational Therapy Month.
I don't know about no press. I was going to do... No.
Why are you laughing?
Woo!
Occupational Therapy Month. And for those of you who are, supporters of ours, okay, we get it. Shush. And you do not know, Alyssa is actually an occupational therapist.
Registered and licensed,
That's
baby.
right. So what do you want to tell everybody about occupational therapy?
I want to tell you that occupational therapy exists.
Absolutely.
And we don't just exist to help you brush your teeth, which is a common misconception
Or
in the
wash your
hospital. Or wash your hair.
Way more.
We are here to make sure that you can do all the little stuff that you want to do every day, and you can do it to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And as they say, PT teaches you to walk, OT teaches you to dance. Am I right?
No.
Okay.
We're the gate trainers, so dance is a part of
No,
walking.
you guys just care that they're moving. We care that they're moving with flair and style, and so it's volitional. And
I thought it was PT helps you walk, but OT helps you live. That's the things I've seen mostly.
But like, what?
That's the shirts I've seen.
Anyway, all
I'm not
that
saying
to
it makes
say,
sense.
occupational therapy, very important, very underrated, very underpaid, in my opinion.
Very true.
I do love my job.
Do you?
For the most part.
I knew there was a second part to that.
It is in all a rewarding experience to be like, wow, this person used to be able to do this or hasn't been able to do this in a long time, and let's just figure out a way to get you there again.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah. Keeps my ADHD at bay.
Absolutely. Especially in the hospital setting.
When it's good, it's good. So if you know an OT, hug them.
Absolutely.
Support them. Send them something on Venmo because we out here.
Absolutely.
Struggling.
Definitely. Well, I'm actually back. I know we were gone last week. We didn't have an episode last week, and it was because of me, but for a good reason, because I just got back from vacation.
Y'all, this girl has not been on a vacation since
2019. Since
2019.
The last vacation I went on was my sisters and I. We took my mom to Paris.
Patty.
Right before the pandemic in August of 2019, and it was amazing. And I took off.
Was it dirty
weeks?
there?
No, not really. I mean, it smelled like pee a lot.
Ugh, were the people?
So I guess
rude?
it was like New York. No, but we, stuck out like a sore thumb. There were a lot of black people in Paris.
Really?
Yes. A shit ton of black people.
Thought that.
I didn't either. And so, we didn't blend in because you could tell we weren't from there because we had fanny packs on. And big old Canon cameras right here on our shirts and stuff. But other than that, it was really fun. But I hadn't taken a vacation since 2019. So this is my first vacation.
And where'd you go?
So I went home to South Florida and I got to go to Publix.
Florida.
Woohoo! I got to go to Publix. I got my sub. I got my chocolate chip cookies from the deli and cupcakes because it was my nephew's birthday. He turned 5. Shouts out to my nephew Liam. He just turned 5, and we took him to Legoland for his 5th birthday. So
never been.
It was. You never have a reason to go unless you are going with a kid under the age of 8. Do not go to Legoland because they will not appreciate it. But my nephew, he loves Legos, and so I was the bougie auntie. I rented a scooter, and so I was
sure you did like a Razor scooter?
No, like an old people at Walmart scooter.
Oh no, a little basket in the front.
Yes, and it was so slow.
Girl, if you don't get your ass up and walk at Legoland.
Well, here's the thing: the reason why I actually got the scooter was for several reasons, right? So my mom and my brother-in-law's mom actually went. So I was like, okay, if they don't want to walk, then we can have a scooter for the whole family.
Oh,
right?
you did it for them.
No, I really did. And then 2, I was like, because I didn't know how big Legoland was, and it's actually not a big place at all. It's really not. So I'm in my
You were
brain,
scootering like down the street.
yes, and my thing is, I'm thinking, oh, like Disney World, or this thing is huge, and no, it was not. So, but then also too, I'm like, my nephew is 5. At some point in time, he's gonna be like, I don't want to walk anymore, which he did. So who came to the rescue? The bougie auntie, and so he literally was like, Auntie Monica, I don't want to walk anymore. I was like, hey, dude, this is why I rented the scooter for the day.
And this is why I got the damn scooter.
So I'll put a little picture right here. I'll cut off his face because there's crazy people out there. But anyway, I'll put a little picture right here that shows me on the scooter. But anyway, it was really fun, and he was like using me as his personal Uber. So we were going, past rides, and he was just like, Auntie Monica, stop! I want to get off on here. And I'm like, I'm really your. And first of all, he wasn't even supposed to be on the scooter because they're like, oh, don't put any children on there. Whatever. I paid my money to rent this. I can put whoever I want
it's my scooter now.
But it was literally like one of the old people scooters, like
a hover round.
Yes, and it was so slow. I almost hit multiple things. So, but it was.
How did you hit multiple things if it was slow?
Well, because it turned really fast, like, and really sharp. So I get how people in Walmart will like cut the shit out of your ankles when you're trying to go. But yeah, it was so much fun. Like being back in South Florida, it reminded me why I don't live there. But it was nice to be down there. I got to see my grandmother who had just turned 98. She is not the same. But anyway, neither here nor there.
I don't think any of us will be at 98.
No, I think she's just. It was just. I won't go into detail, but it was very shocking. Her welcoming me back to South Florida. Anyway, but yeah, Orlando was great. Went to the outlets, did a little bit of shopping and all that kind of stuff. So it was really good to be right back around my family. I caught up with old friends from like middle school and high school and stuff like that. So it was really wonderful.
Was it hot as hell?
Yes, it was. But it was a nice breeze though. So like, I hate when people here in Texas say, "Oh my God, the humidity is horrible in Florida." No, it's not. No,
yes, it is.
It's not.
What do you mean it's not?
It's because y'all don't have no breeze here, so everything is like desert heat. But in South Florida, it could be 100 degrees outside, but as long as there's a breeze, it's not sitting on you. Yeah, but I also
can't breathe because it's so humid.
No,
it's like sucking in water every time I take a breath.
Because y'all are used to being dry here. That's part of the problem. The sun just bakes you like a biscuit.
I like that dry heat.
No, I hate it. So my skin was glowing in Florida. And when I got back here, it started all peeling and everything. So, but yeah, and then my trip started out kind of rocky too. Not to take up too much time about my trip, but it did kind of get a little rocky just because, or at first because the fuck is that noise? I swear to God, my neighbors are just, anyway. You hear that, right? Oh, that's this fucking truck. Oh, my neighbors suck, man. Anyway, so my finger started, that's why I don't have a nail on. I was trying to hide it, but my finger something happened to it. I don't know what. It was feeling like I was going to have to get it amputated or something when I was on the plane. I don't know what the hell I hit. Not to be dramatic or anything, seriously,
but I almost had it amputated.
I wish I could have taken a picture of it. I literally had to fly home with my middle finger in a cup of ice because my finger was like on fire,
dude.
And I was just like, Lord, I'm just trying to get to South Florida. Like, come on, I haven't taken a vacation in such a long time. I deserve this. I need everything to go off without a hitch. And then my brother-in-law, shouts out to my brother-in-law. He ended up renting this like 12 passenger van. I don't know why, because it was only 7 of us. So we drove together this huge van. It was so uncomfortable, but anyway, shouts out to my brother-in-law. But yeah,
so you had a whole little family adventure.
We did. It was so much fun.
What was your favorite part about being back?
Just seeing Liam.
You sent him all his toys?
Yes, I did. I sent him like 2 days before I flew out. So yes, I sent him all his toys from Christmas. Last year, before last, whatever. Anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, it was good being around my sisters again too, because I hadn't been around them since they came in. What was it? 2021 for Christmas, and no, 2020 for Christmas. And but yeah, it was really great just being at my mom, like being back at my parents' house. Just enjoying the food, the culture, the people. Like again, I'm happy to be a Floridian, but then I was like, it's time for me to leave and go back to Texas. So yeah. It just reminded me why I don't live there anymore.
Welcome back.
Yes,
glad to have you.
It was great. I didn't want to come back to work though. That was really difficult.
No, working is just...
It sucks.
For a specific kind of person.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I know we say this every week.
I'm not that person.
I don't know that. I'm not the person.
No. Well, they even had like a lot of flight delays because that same weekend, for some reason, I guess it's because weather, American Airlines canceled.
American Airlines is trash. And I hope you're listening to me. You're trash.
Wow.
They're just like, they stay doing trash shit. American Airlines, get it.
Well, is it American Airlines or is it United? Because they're now, United's up under there. United allegedly punches people on their flights. Remember that one guy who got punched?
I would rather get punched if my flight doesn't get delayed and I can get there on time. True.
Yeah, they had over like 200 delays. It was insane. So I was like, Jesus, please. Because my flight left like early Monday. But anyway, neither here nor there. It was an amazing vacation. Saying all that to say, it was an amazing vacation.
Did you see the TikTok going around? I feel like we talk about TikTok all the time.
We do.
It's just that's where I get all my information. I'm sorry if you don't like it. This is not the podcast for you.
This is a podcast for everybody.
Especially the people on TikTok.
Share it, like, and subscribe.
There was this girl who was flying back from Vegas, I think, on Spirit. She's like, this is just to let you know, like, this is the shit on Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines moved her 4 o'clock. She got to the airport at 3-ish. Her flight was at 4. I want to say at 3:02, she got an email from Spirit saying, hey, your flight has been moved up to 3 o'clock. So she was like, what the hell? So it left. And when she went to the counter, there were all these people there who had missed the flight. And the lady was like, I'm sorry you missed the flight. We notified you. And she said, you notified me at 3:02 that the flight was leaving at 3 o'clock. And they're like, well, you were notified and the flight has left. So you will not be getting refunded and we're not helping you rebook.
Let me help you understand. One company that never has to worry about us ever asking for an endorsement, a sponsorship.
Spirit Airlines. No.
Fuck you, Spirit Airlines.
No.
Y'all are horrible.
Heaping
Allegedly.
pile of trash.
Just Soul Plane at its finest. Y'all need to shut that whole operation down. I have never flown Spirit.
Never will.
And I pray to God that I never get in a situation where I ever have to fly them. I am a Delta girl and Southwest, only because Southwest sometimes it's cheaper depending on where I'm going, but I am a Delta girl through and through. So Delta, if you ever need sponsorship from our podcast, please sponsor us. Thank you so very much.
People always talk shit because I will be the first one to say I'm not fucking flying Spirit.
No.
I will pay the extra money. I will spend the extra. I will do whatever I have to do because I will not be unnecessarily stressed.
No.
From Spirit Airlines.
I paid $75 to rent a scooter at Legoland. I will absolutely be spending money on a flight. You got to pay for everything.
She got money.
No, God is good, but all I'm saying is I will not be flying Spirit. No, absolutely not.
I almost bought. So we're going to Mexico for a bachelorette party in July, and it was getting real rough. It was getting real tough out here because I usually fly Southwest. Yeah. And so you'd think because I don't know, I could literally spit to Mexico from here.
Exactly.
It'd be a cheap flight. No, flying. It was like the lowest flight I saw one way was $400.
Are you serious?
On Southwest, and then the other ones were like, okay, well it's $200, but it takes 19 hours to get there. Is that
Frontier? Probably Frontier.
No, it was just all. So I was about to book a flight on. What was it? Viva Aerobus, like all these random.
Yeah.
And then there was this one that popped up, and it was called like Sunstar Flights or something. It was like a $200 flight, and got there in like 4 hours. And I was like,
that's probably Spirit.
Listen,
the Hispanic version of Spirit.
I did one quick Google search, and it was like, this is the worst airline I've ever flown. The flight was canceled with no notification. Yeah, all this shit.
No, definitely not.
It's worth the extra money.
No,
to get where you're going.
I used to be really bougie before I bought a house, and I used to only take nonstop flights.
I love that for you.
Only nonstop.
I wish I could love that for me.
But then I bought a house. Well, you're a homeowner. When you're a homeowner, you can't.
You got to make some sacrifices.
You do,
and nonstop is one of the first things.
Now on Southwest, I do pay for early bird check-in, $25 each way. I will do that. That's my little bougie little present to myself. But yeah, that was Spirit. No, absolutely not. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Allegedly for the Protection Podcast. Anyway, let's get on into the show. Anything else you need to talk about before we get on into the show?
No, I'm okay.
Good. Well, Ketanji Brown Jackson is your new SCOTUS. You're welcome.
We love.
Did you see the tantrum that the white Republicans, racist Republicans, decided to do when she was announced or confirmed by the first black vice president of the United States?
I've been keeping my energy clean and pure recently.
Literally, Ted Cruz, all of them got up and just walked out of the.
Fucking
and I was just like, "Are you two? Are you two? Are you two? Really? You lost."
Have you seen all the infographics of like, it's just like little pictures of white male heads. And then at the end, it's like you get a black head, a Hispanic looking head, and hers is just like the black head with long hair.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Congratulations to Ketanji Brown Jackson. We knew it was going to happen anyway. Even if they had like a 50-50 split, it was going to be left to Kamala Harris, and she was absolutely going to confirm her.
She's for the blacks,
so yeah, for sure. She better be. I mean, the blacks.
It's questionable, but.
I mean, she kind of got in there by default because, people didn't want the orange idiot. But anyway, so congratulations to her, and we will rally behind her until she fucks up. So,
and that's that on that.
Pretty much. Next on the docket, we got to talk about it. Everybody has been talking about it, so we got to give our opinions about it.
When I tell you the amount of people who said to me, "Hey, no episode this week. We're really looking forward to this conversation, and I was like, I don't even know how I feel or what the fuck. So I gotta get that together before I come on here and spout some bullshit.
So I got the same thing. People were just like, yeah, we want to hear your thoughts on the whole Will Smith and Chris Rock thing.
When I tell you, I never watch the Oscars.
I don't either, unless there's somebody that I really want to win.
Exactly.
So Aunjanue, I was rooting for Aunjanue.
And I just happened to be scrolling social media at the very time the Shade Room was like, bitch, guess what?
Yeah. Guess who got slapped?
I've never turned on my TV so fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this is how they get the ratings.
Exactly. So for those that have been living under a rock, you shouldn't have.
For those that just came back from their like media free, cell phone free
fast or something, they gave up social media for Lent or something. So Will Smith and Chris Rock got into a little scuffle. Well, it wasn't a scuffle. Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock because
palm.
He did
slapped you just got knocked the fuck out
and went right back to his seat. And then the irony of it all is that he won the Oscar for the night for Best Actor.
Yo, what a
I love
night!
it. And then went to the Vanity Fair, party like nothing
with his
had
whole family.
I love it
because he said, "Guess what? I still got this money."
So, what are your thoughts on the whole slap situation? Do you agree that violence is the answer? Violence is not the answer. What's your opinion?
I have so many opinions, and a lot of them are contradicting. And
that's fine.
It's
representative of so many people.
I loved watching this play out. B, watching everyone have an opinion on it, and C, letting celebrities be interviewed about their opinion, because that's the best fucking part.
Yeah.
I just don't. Listen, y'all. Hollywood is not real.
It's not.
Everything is curated. Everything in Hollywood. There's nothing that is just random.
No.
I do not think that this was just Will Smith feeling so fucking enraged that he walked up on the stage and slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock.
No.
There's no way. You're telling me no security got up, no one in that even Jada wasn't like, oh, what the fuck? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. He could have just yelled from his seat. That was fine. He was so emboldened to get up and slap the fuck out of Chris Rock. All that saying, sometimes when you feel like you got to slap the shit out of someone, that's just what the Lord has called you to do.
Here's the thing for me. Violence is the answer. If you're ever confused, violence is the answer.
Oh my God.
It is. Because we say on this, first of all, let me preface this by giving you context. We say on this podcast all the time, you cannot control who is offended by what you say. And you cannot control how someone responds to that level of offense.
But you also always say when people are at work, they're at their job. You can't just go up there and assault someone who's doing their job.
That's
and
very
Chris
true.
Rock was up there doing his job.
He was.
He was making jokes, and the joke, it's subjective whether he thought it was appropriate or not.
Yeah.
But that's his job, to make these jokes. And someone walked up and assaulted him.
Well, see, I kind of disagree with you on that. I don't really think that was his job. First of all, you had 3 other female comedians who were more than capable of making jokes throughout the night. They were literally there as the hosts to be able to make jokes, right? Chris Rock, here's the thing. We know you're a comedian. You didn't need to say anything, comedic related whatsoever. My thing is, number 2, Jada wasn't even nominated. So talk shit about Will since he's the one that's actually nominated. Third, sometimes you got to get the shit slapped out of you to let people know, listen, stop doing that. Because there were clips that from years ago, I think from all the way back from 2007, that he kept saying stuff about Jada Pinkett Smith. And it kind of seemed very like Meghan Markle and Piers Morgan. It felt very much so like those kind of vibes. But
this was not, that joke was out of pocket. You got to fucking learn. This was like deep rooted, bad blood. 2 weeks ago we were having a dinner and I said, if that motherfucker says one more thing,
that's it.
I swear.
That's it.
That kind of shit. There's no way.
But the thing is,
but also the way Chris Brown.
I keep saying Chris Brown, but it's not Chris Brown.
No, it is not Chris Brown. Chris Rock. Chris Brown would never.
No. And Tony Rock's actually a better comedian, honestly.
The way Chris Rock rebounded, because I know that shit hurt.
Oh yeah, because he was shocked.
He was shocked. He was just like, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
But you know what? I think what was very funny was like, everybody was like, nobody checked on Chris Rock. Why did nobody check on Chris Rock? Clearly there's a telltale sign about his level of integrity or who he is in Hollywood. Maybe people don't give a shit about him. Nobody rallied around Chris Rock. The fact that Denzel, Academy Award winning Denzel,
Bradley Cooper ran his ass up to get Will.
Everybody got Will and was like, it's okay, man. It's all right. Fuck that man. He's stupid. Like,
dude, and everyone starts coming out with these stories about Chris Rock. I never liked him. Yes. He did this, and that. And I was like, damn, I did not know people didn't fuck with Chris
Even
Rock.
Tiffany
like that.
Haddish was just like, well, you know, the joke that he made was really like pointless. Like, it wasn't a funny joke. But I think too, like because I think for me, I feel like comedians have a job to do, which is to talk about the hard stuff that nobody else can't say or doesn't feel comfortable saying. And people are just really sensitive. Like, we talk about that all the time on this podcast. But at the same time, there's a difference between being funny in that moment and being mean-spirited.
And you can tell.
And you can tell. And the thing is, too, like, Nicki, like, I'm not a person, I'm not a Barb or anything like that.
We're Barb's up in here.
No,
Nicki
we're not.
Minaj.
No, we're not. She is. I am not.
Like I done the dragon.
No. But I did agree with Nicki Minaj's Twitter message that she basically gave, talking about that, you know, Jada Pinkett has had whatever struggle she has had with her body, her illnesses and all that kind of stuff privately. And only Will Smith has seen that privately, right? So making a joke about a woman's hair, especially when Chris Rock did a whole movie about, remember Good Hair? Have you ever seen Good Hair?
I don't know if I've seen Good Hair.
He did a whole documentary about black women's hair, and people making light of alopecia like it's a funny thing. That's not funny. Like none of
the jokes at the Oscars that night were funny, and you
Amy
could tell
Schumer was the worst. Amy Schumer is disgusting.
I will tell you one thing about this podcast. We are not about Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer
I cannot stand all of her jokes, and every movie she's done and everything I've ever seen is I'm fat, I'm ugly, but I still fuck guys, but I'm fat and ugly, right? And I'm not a model. Or you're being mean. She's being mean, and that's all she was at the Oscars. And that whole the entire audience, every joke that was said that I saw. It was like that.
It was cringy.
It was cringy, and they were doing that laugh that was like, I know I'm supposed to laugh right now. Right?
Exactly. She was piss poor. Like, Amy Schumer is the prime example of white privilege in Hollywood. She is not funny. Nothing that she says is funny, and she always targets people, and she's mean-spirited. And I see why Monique was pissed off with Netflix as to why they, she was like, why did Amy Schumer be able to get $5 million? Like, that makes no sense.
Did he need to go up there and slap him? Probably not. But also, I don't have a wife with alopecia.
But my thing is, it's not even about the alopecia, though. I think for me, it's the fact that, okay, let's go a little bit deeper, right? Instead of being kind of surface. And, you know, so my mother, for people who don't know, she's a breast cancer survivor, right? This year will be 12 years that she's been a breast cancer survivor. So obviously, going through breast cancer, going through chemo, radiation, you lose your hair. I never know what that felt like, right? And I pray that I never know what that feels like. But when standards of beauty come into context, and not even standards of beauty, but your own personal standard of beauty for yourself. You are this person with long, beautiful hair or whatever kind of texture hair you have, it doesn't matter. But to then have something stripped away that's without your control, and you saying, it's just alopecia. It's not just alopecia, because you're not the one that's personally dealing with it. And then I did see, what's his name? The Game, who's a rapper. He said, when Regina Hall made a joke about LeBron James's hairline. First of all, LeBron James makes jokes about his own hairline. Let's be very clear.
Well, Jada always says things about her hair.
Exactly. But even in that moment, too, where people kept playing the clip saying, oh, well, you know, I really don't give a damn what people think about this bald head of mine. She may have felt like that on Monday. On Tuesday, it may have been a different story. You don't know what people battle with on a daily basis.
Also, regardless of how she feels, and the same thing with your mom. If someone makes a bald joke about your mom, you're probably going to go up there and smack the shit out of them.
Oh,
on site.
On site.
That's his wife.
This is why I said violence is the answer. And then you know what even pisses me off too, even just racially, the fact that people try to weaponize this one moment in Will Smith's life was disgusting. First of all, let me just say this to all the white people out there, right? Not the good white people, the bad white people.
Y'all know who you are. You know who you are.
Y'all sat here and was just like, oh, this is traumatic. You all are the creators of the most savage, violent species of people. Okay? Slavery. That's all we got to say.
Django. All right. So, we watched 12 Years a Slave. We know what the fuck is up. Color Purple. Saw that too.
Oh my God. But I'm just saying, you white people, you have nothing to say about this whole situation.
I loved
bad white people.
I loved all the white people who were just like, not my circus.
Yes.
Staying the fuck out of this one.
Exactly. And the thing is, people were trying to, oh, this is some deep-rooted psychological
Everyone tried to make this about his childhood trauma. And they were like, you know, and you don't know the role that this, like, playing Richard...
Richard Williams
has taken on. I was like, he was pissed off because someone was talking shit about his wife. Everyone. It sounds like everyone fucking hates Chris Rock already.
It really, because when I tell you the fact that Questlove won an Oscar right after that and gave Dap to Will, that it clearly lets you know no one in Hollywood gives a fuck about Chris Rock. But I don't think that should be a normal standard where if somebody says something that you don't like, that you go up and you slap them in the face. But at the same time,
especially if it's two black people, can we stop with that, please?
Well, no, it's not even about black people. It's about disrespect.
No,
at the end of the day.
Because a couple years ago, no one wanted to go. We don't have enough black people at the Oscars. We don't have enough black people at the Oscars. We did this whole fucking thing. Oh, we're not going to go. We stand with black people. We're all back. We're all doing this shit. Then he walks the fuck up and slaps the fuck out of a black person.
But that happens.
We're never going to be invited back.
We don't care. But you know what, too? I think a bigger conversation that needs to be had. Why do we look at the Oscars as such this prestigious honor?
I don't know. It's trash.
And we don't care about the NAACP awards. That should be your Oscars. You're being nominated by your own fucking people. That's a whole nother talk show.
And this is the exodus. We'll only watch the BET Awards. We'll only watch the NAACP Awards.
This is why the reason why the Oscars, like the viewing has been so piss poor is because of the lack of representation when it comes to diversity and inclusion. Yeah. But I bet you they got their ratings this year. I'm just saying.
What show did they make super black? Was it the Oscars? Or the Grammys?
This year?
It had to have been last year, or the year before, but they like got all this flack, and then the next year was super black. And I was like, y'all are all saying this is super black, but it just is better.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because everyone who was nominated actually should have been nominated. It had to have been the Grammys.
Probably, yeah.
But
was that the year that Beyonce lost? For like album of the year, whatever,
or something, or it was the year that The Weeknd didn't get nominated for shit. And everyone was
he got mad.
Yeah, we were like, he had the best album this year. Anyway,
yeah,
all these award shows are trash. You just watch for the outfits,
exactly.
And usually the hosts have all sucked for like the last 3 years.
And the fact that they had to have 3 hosts, and one thing that did piss me off too was Wanda Sykes. Wanda, shut the fuck up, okay? Because I'm still traumatized by it. Wanda, you're a black woman. Shut up.
You have seen worse.
She's been around white people way too long.
He just said, "I'm from Philly," and that was just really Philly.
Listen,
you know what my grandpa said?
What?
He said that him and his wife were having a disagreement about it.
Whether it was appropriate or not.
We're Team Will over here.
That's right.
I'm from Philly.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
But you know what? The thing is, too, I think this is a prime example of how what happens to one does not happen for all. Will Smith has always been a guy who's been in his pocket, who has always been a man of integrity, on stage, always been able to hold himself accountable. And also, too, he was a guy that never cursed in his music and all that kind of stuff. So my thing is, you're allowing this one moment in time where he protects his black wife, and then you're just like, oh, he's a criminal, he's this, he's that. Oh, he should have his Oscar taken away. Did Harvey Weinstein have any of his Oscars taken away? Did any of these other people who have said questionable things have Oscars taken away?
They banned him from the Oscars for 10 years.
Who cares? He needs one Oscar. No one needs more than one Oscar. No one cares. Like, he didn't go all those years before anyway, so you're not really doing anything.
This is just proof that you can do everything right your whole entire career, and you do one thing. And yeah, that thing was kind of aggressive and dramatic. But
I did think that I hated that it overshadowed Samuel L. Jackson being awarded like the Lifetime Oscar award, as well as the fact that this was the first time in Oscar history that there has been an all-black production. So the executive producer, or the producer of the Oscars this year, was Will Packer. And I get it, Will Packer, you got to do your interviews because you got to save face. And I did not agree with that. I get it. I totally get it. But at the end of the day, you probably was like, yeah, he deserved it. I'm quite sure he said that behind closed doors.
I just lost my train of thought, so don't even listen to what the fuck I'm saying. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Will Smith, Oscars, black people
producing Samuel L. Jackson.
Got it. I think he should have just sat his ass in his chair and yelled at him, and that would have done exactly the same thing, and we wouldn't have all this drama afterward. But if he felt the spirit rise up in him, and that's what he needed to do, then that's what you need to do.
I thought it was
but you have to deal with the consequences. I guess this is the consequence.
I thought it was protect black women, and if my husband would have did that, I would have probably tried to stop him. Hey. But I would have been like, I would have sat right back there. Keep running your mouth.
Well, and everyone's like, he was laughing. It's the fucking Oscars, and nothing is funny. You laugh at every joke because you know when you're supposed to laugh. And then he was like, oh, shit, wait.
Right, because it was almost like a serial killer laugh. Like, you're just like, bitch, I'm about to kill you. That's kind of how it was. It wasn't like, because like you said, it was like a delay for him hearing exactly what happened, because even Jada
I'm in the room
laughed
full
at
of
first.
fancy white people, and we laugh at everything.
But it's not even fancy white people. And that's the thing that irritates me the most when people make it about, oh, we have to behave a certain way in front of good white folks. Fuck y'all. Like, what the like, again, do we need to pull out the history books of who's the savages and who's not? This man slapped one of his own kind. Okay.
But
y'all been doing this shit for centuries.
You fucking imagine if he had slapped like anybody else, any other white actor? It would be huge. They would have never done it. Because again, I think this was all planned. They would have never let it happen.
That's the hill you're dying on. This is all staged. I agree with you. This was staged.
Y'all, there's no way.
Because remember, even on the Emmys a couple years ago, when like Melissa McCarthy, Tina Fey, all of these, white females were nominated for like comedian of the year, whatever, best comedic, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they literally all decided that they were going to go on stage and stand up there together. And the producers were like, what the fuck is going on? But you saw them visibly coming out. The fact that no one walked up, security, nothing. I do agree with you that it was probably planned.
After Kanye did what he did, people don't bum rush the stage
They
anymore.
don't.
They do not.
And Lil Mama when she did that to Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. But even too, now they're like, oh, well, Will is prepared to go to the red table talk.
How fucking convenient. He's prepared to go sit with his wife on her own talk show to talk about this fucking very publicized thing.
And they gonna get more views than the Oscars combined, I'm quite sure.
We all remember Jordan Woods. Everyone tuned in that shit.
I actually didn't. Because I didn't care what she had to say.
Sure as fuck did. I didn't even care. I did care, but like not enough. It wasn't like a war was ending.
Yeah, exactly.
My God, these people. I just feel like this was
rich people problems.
A very select group of people.
Yeah.
Worked it all out, took it to the top. They're like, would this be okay if it happened? And they're like, you know what? Ratings are already in the trash. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? They went to Will and they were like, listen, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But just know this is something we're spitballing. Would you like to gamble?
Listen, this was a prestigious night, right? This is like the Academy Awards is supposed to be like the pinnacle of, Hollywood, right? Y'all got security. I don't care if black people or white people or purple people are running it. And the fact that y'all still in the midst of all of that gave him his Oscar-worthy award. That clearly lets you know the Academy didn't care about all that bullshit.
Because truly, if that was unplanned and it was such a big deal, as soon as that happened and y'all cut, you would have plucked him right the fuck out of his seat and said, you need to go.
Absolutely. And you would have made a statement like, we don't condone this and this and that. Y'all let that whole show run. And then Amy Schumer and other people were, making jokes about it and all that kind of stuff. That rich people problems.
And not funny jokes. And Amy Schumer, if you ever come for Kirsten Dunst again, like you did at the Oscars, that's your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not my girl Torrance. You will not be doing that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, all that to say.
You are cheer tater in my ass, Torrance.
You're cheer tater, Torrance, and a pain in my ass. God, I hate her.
But off that note, I do want to say a special shout out to Joe Biden. And the reason why.
Ew, why?
Only because he announced that he's extending the pause on student loans.
Yeah, but only because they fucked up.
Well, here's the thing. I think that Joe Biden making his wrongs right for the 94 crime bill, which him and Hillary Clinton were personally responsible for, locking up a bunch of black and brown people.
You look dangerous based on the color of your skin.
Exactly. And putting crack into the, in the hoods and all that. Anyway, allegedly. But I think that this is reparations for us. Cancel them all, Joe, but thank you. And it's also going to give people who have defaulted on their loans, which is over 7 million Americans, an opportunity to get their loans out of default. So hopefully it never goes back. Hopefully he just cancels it and executive orders
This just tells me we should all just keep not paying our loans.
Absolutely. What else did you plan to do?
You've now shown me for the past 2 years you do not need my money.
I should be rewarded. I finished, Joe. I finished.
Finished and got a job, Joseph.
I did. And I worked my ass off. And during the pandemic, I sacrificed my life, Joe. Come on.
We can do it, Joe.
Please, Joe. Come on. Anyway, neither here nor there. What were you talking about Taraji and Chris Paul?
Taraji and Chris Paul, speaking of Joe Biden, they were placed on this HBCU council.
Oh, my word.
Joe Biden is making an advisory board for HBCUs because he's doing an American Rescue Plan and giving $2.7 billion towards HBCUs in his, quote, commitment to shared prosperity and equality for all Americans.
Interesting.
So these two people with others are on the board, and I guess they're going to help oversee the funds and make sure people there's a diverse board of people and what they're going to do with it and all of that stuff. But
I think that's great because Taraji graduated from Howard University. I'm not sure where Chris Paul went.
I could tell you.
They should have put Will Packer on there. He went to FAM.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a graduate of FAM. He's a proud alumni of FAMU.
Chris Paul, CP3, Phoenix Suns.
He couldn't have gone on HBCU.
Married to Jada Crawley. Makes 35 or 38
We don't care about that.
$million.
What school the boy went to?
May 6th, a couple days after Chris Brown, or the day after Chris Brown.
I can't with you. What school did he go to?
Per Wikipedia, he's American, 6 foot tall.
I can't.
I don't think he's 6
He's
foot tall.
definitely 5'6".
West Forsyth, that's in North Carolina. He went to Wake Forest. Oh, he went to Wake Forest.
Wake
Excuse
Forest
the
is not
fuck
an
out of me.
HBCU.
It's not. It's just good at basketball.
So why you put him on there? He ain't going to no
Because
HBCU.
he's black.
No, Joe. I would like to volunteer Will Packer as tribute or somebody. Anika Noni Rose. She went to FAMU as well. Come on now. Diversity in that. I don't
Bill
like that.
Oh, wait.
No, Bill Cosby actually did a lot for HBCUs.
I know.
Like he did.
I
He
watched
donated
the Cosby
that man donated millions of dollars, and y'all took back his honorary doctorates. I think that was fucked up, but anyway. if you took his honorary doctorate, guess what you need to do? Give him back his money. How about that? That man got legal fees he need to pay for.
It's okay. He's going on the road next year.
He is him and OJ. The I Did It tour.
If I did it.
Yo, did you see OJ trying to make a comment about the whole Will Smith?
No.
And I was like,
Why does he? He has a comment on everything. If I got away with murder, allegedly, and got out of jail,
allegedly.
wasn't even in jail, went to jail for other shit. I'm now out, minding my own business. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Somebody, they need to listen. I'm calling on
Cut his-
Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Please delete OJ Orenthal Juice Simpson social media.
Give him like a dummy account where he
Jesus.
thinks he's posting shit, but it really goes nowhere.
Exactly, because we don't need your opinion, sir. You allegedly killed a whole woman. Well, technically your son allegedly, but you covered it. Either way.
What did he say about Chris and Will?
He was just like, I think Will was wrong, and violence is never the answer. What? You killed your wife.
Well, isn't that the pot calling the fucking kettle?
A sponge. Sir, you're the murderer of all murderers, allegedly.
You know when you do something fucked up but don't get caught, but the next person does it, you have to overcompensate.
How dare
oh
they?
my God, can you believe it?
I can't believe that. Well, speaking of OJ and killing and murder, did you hear about this story that I'm quite sure everybody has heard about it. I'm not smiling because of the story. I'm smiling about what we were just talking about. There was this social media influencer white woman who killed her stabbed allegedly, because it's still going on, stabbed her black boyfriend.
Yo.
And killed, I'm sorry, not stabbed and killed her black boyfriend.
Here's the thing. That shit's crazy because I started seeing...
What's her name?
Her name's Courtney Taylor.
Courtney Taylor. What was the man's name?
His real name was Christian. He went by Toby and Obumseli. It's Nigerian. I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah.
But I saw all these like not second tier. What is it called? Friends of friends? Like
Secondhand
smokers. Friends of friends reposting this, and I was like, what the hell is it? Well, he's from Plano, and I have a bunch of friends from Plano, and he was in his class, and they're all saying that he was such a nice guy, very caring, very sweet, just like an all-around nice person. They all have very good things to say about him. Knowing that someone your age that knows people you know was stabbed and murdered is fucking weird.
Well, didn't all of her friends kind of like turn on her and say that she is the aggressor in their relationship?
Yeah, so allegedly they were dating. They live in Miami together.
Why y'all got to bring that shit to Florida? He from Texas.
Always,
goddamn.
because shit always people go crazy in Miami. But apparently they had a very like domestically violent relationship. That's all. And the cops only release certain information.
Of course.
Because apparently he was stabbed. She was covered in blood. They took him to the hospital, and that's where he ended up passing. So then people start coming out, the cops were always at their apartment for domestic violence, and the neighbors would always hear them yelling, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And she's, of course, like, he is this, like, tall Nigerian boy. She's this tiny little blonde OnlyFans influencer. Apparently, as soon as they took her into custody, she started freaking out, saying she was going to kill herself. So immediately they Baker acted her.
Yeah, and took her to a mental
institution. Now all of these people who are saying her friends, I don't know if they are or not her friends, but they're like, we never saw him hit her. We never saw him yell at her. She was always the aggressor. We saw her, harass and abuse him multiple times. But I just think it's crazy how whenever shit like this happens, people just make it into all these other things, right? Like this no, like a man was killed,
Yeah.
murdered.
Right.
But now we're going to be like, oh, you know, which it could be, but like another white girl getting away with black murder. And, oh, when he was in high school, he tweeted about black woman and it was so negative, and that's what he gets for dating a white girl and all this shit. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, and that's the thing too, like social media, especially Twitter, has been like on this rampage about like, we're not saying that he deserved to die, but at the same time, he was a guy allegedly who was just like, black women are problematic and he doesn't date black women. And she went on one of like these known like, you know, trash talking podcasts, that, you know, women bashing podcasts, saying that she only dates rich black men. And so it was kind of
this
hard.
podcast did not age well.
No, it didn't.
This
and
episode
the thing
did
is,
not age well.
People were saying, a lot of black women were saying on Twitter that they were just like, it's kind of hard for us to always be the ones to defend you, black men, when this is the shit that you chose. This was your preference that you chose, and she ended up killing you. And I'm like, the man still lost his life. Here's the thing. Looking at his size and her size, she had to have stabbed him in his sleep, because there's no way she would have got away with doing that.
I still don't understand. First of all,
allegedly,
I still don't understand what happened, because some people are saying she stabbed him in his sleep.
Because you saw the video where she was covered
in blood.
Yeah.
I'm just like, did she just stab him in the shoulder and maybe she took it out? He bled out. That's
No.
the only way. He's much bigger than
she
her.
She had to have gotten him in his sleep. That's the only. That man is huge.
I just don't understand. But yeah, extremely sad. This is one of those. I think she is from a very wealthy family. Her.
Oh yeah, she's gonna get off, unfortunately, because she was just in a bar. This young black woman, she saw her in a bar with her dad just yesterday, and she was like, "You don't look like you're suicidal to me sitting here in a bar in Miami. Why the fuck are you even out? You should be locked up in jail or something."
Insane, dude. I just can't imagine. I always just feel bad because I can't imagine being this person's close friend or family member, and you're trying to grieve him and process, and you're just seeing all this, like, he tweeted this in 2010 and blah 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 blah, and this, everyone just has an opinion on it. Like, I don't know,
as opposed to focusing on the fact that this man lost his life.
I really don't want this to be another, like, you know.
Well, I think the reason why people are bringing this out is because, remember all those stories that have been coming out with black women being killed by these Bumble guys, these guys on Bumble.
Yes.
And nothing is being done about it. But then again, as soon as white tears are brought into the conversation, then it's a whole big thing. And it's like, well, why are black people not being protected is the point. Yeah. But I think it's kind of hard for, you know, and this is all Gen Z. We're just going to blame them.
Let's blame Gen Z. I don't know, but everything, I listened to the podcast episode with her and I was like, girl, none of this looks good for you. No. The way you talk,
Yeah, well, you know, if her dad's rich, she'll.
I know. I really hope justice is served, because that is fucked up.
He's so young.
My age, 27 years old. That's why I'm just like, what the hell?
That's horrible.
Also, what? And again, I don't know the situation.
Yeah.
Listen, anything could have happened. But I'm just like, stabbing someone?
Stabbing, you have to.
What would evoke in me the ability to stab someone if I'm not fearing for my life?
And if you're doing it multiple times, like, you have to be physically fit to, like, stab someone. Like, it's easy to fire a gun. Super easy to fire a gun. But to stab, like, you literally are going in the flesh, muscle coming out. Like, I've dissected a human body. And that was easy to dissect. But, I mean, once you take off the layers of skin and stuff like that, and we were with a stupid scalpel. So
but even like, you're going.
Oh, yeah. Because once you hit like a muscle or a tendon or something, you can't cut through that shit. It's kind of difficult.
So we're waiting for this story to unfold. Yeah, but I hope it's I mean,
that's sad.
The way the Shade Room's blowing this shit up. And Complex. I've seen a lot of coverage on it, actually. Not enough, but more than I thought I would.
Yeah, definitely.
So we shall see. I wonder how she looks really tiny.
Well, that's what's gonna get it. Her fragility. It's like, oh, she's so small.
I know. I feel like she's just gonna
white girl with this just gonna big old black
cry
man.
Insanity. Yeah.
Oh, of course, she definitely is going to. She's gonna be right back on YouTube. And this man's family is not gonna get justice, so it's unfortunate. But anyway, what were we talking about on a lighter note? That's hopefully they won't do this. Ben and Jennifer.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
I think you have been waiting for that.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are re-engaged. So everyone out there who lost the love of their life, he will come back and it will work out. Everyone keep that hope alive, because it worked for J-Lo and it will work for you.
But you're just going to be toxic twice.
Doesn't matter. You'll be happy and in love. bask in the toxicity. They look like they've healed themselves.
I think your ex is an ex for a reason. Unless it was not a knockout dragger. Because I've had guys that I've dated. We have not had knockout dragouts. We were not compatible, right? Or in our young age, we were not compatible. It just didn't work out. We grew apart, whatever the case may be. I don't know that I want to date them again.
I just feel like they were so in love, and we loved that love. And I don't even know why they broke up the first time. I feel like I was too little to read the tabloids about that shit.
Allegedly drinking more?
He might have been. So I'm saying maybe he healed himself and he's ready for that relationship. And he's like, you know who I really loved and who wanted to make it work with? Jay.
Listen, he was waiting for her and Aaron to break up because he scooped right on it.
With Aaron, swiftness.
They called off their engagement on a Friday, and her and
he
Ben
said,
was out on a date on Saturday.
Head.
Hey, big head.
And they had a house in Miami 6 months later.
Oh, my Lord. Get yours, Jen. Listen, one thing Jennifer Lopez is not going to do is be by herself. And I love it.
And she doesn't have to be.
Get yours, girl. You're a millionaire. Listen, get yours. Your kids probably already know.
Maybe she's like, what is that movie where the girl refuses to let her body count go up? So she's just redating all the guys from her past. What
that sounds like real life.
Maybe that's what she's doing.
That is crazy.
Either way, he looks happy and healthy. He literally looks so much. Remember, he was all nasty and gaunt and fat at the same time.
I loved him and Jennifer Garner together. I'm sorry. I'm still holding out for them.
Oh, that's a throwback.
They were beautiful. And they got kids together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's an amazing person.
Didn't he get with her after Jennifer Lopez?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then he got all like weird. And
I'm telling you, everything is moving back towards the 90s. The style, the couples.
Well, everything, nothing. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun, and it always comes back around.
Maybe we'll all start. Maybe the phones will start getting bigger, and we'll all just get off.
Do you see the size of your phone?
It's huge.
Yeah.
I love.
They're not gonna go tiny again.
I watched Not Another Teen Movie the other night, and I was like, these are all looks we would wear today.
Well, this is why too, a lot of like in Hollywood right now, they're kind of rebooting everything, which I hate reboots. Leave TV alone.
Leave it alone.
We are in 2022 and there should be enough creativity in Hollywood where y'all can pick up and make something new. Give these writers a chance who have been submitting stuff to y'all that are not reboots, that are originals. Stop trying to reboot Martin and Living Single and Family Matters. Stop rebooting all of this shit. It was classic for a reason. Don't touch stuff. Don't touch it.
Don't reboot it.
Don't reboot it. No, don't toot it. Well, toot it is a bad.
Toot it and boot it.
Toot it and boot it. Hey.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I love that song. Anyway, neither here nor there. Did you hear about this new thing that's going on where it's still kind of unfolding? There's this voice cloning technology that that scammers are now using to try to scam and like allegedly maybe murder people. I don't know. But so this one guy, I saw this on TikTok. This girl, her dad said that she called him and it was her voice. She called him and was like, hey, my car has broken down. I need you to come to this location, this address to come and get me, blah, blah, blah. So he gets ready to get up to go get her. Her mother calls her dad and was like, hey, what do you want for this, that? And so he was just like, well, I'm going to go meet, our daughter because she said that her car was broken down. She's like, she's right here with me. Like, what are you talking about? He was like, no, legit, that was my daughter's voice. And so scammers are now using people's voice and they're cloning it and calling like your loved ones and stuff to try to get you to meet them somewhere and then, do whatever they want to with you.
See, the thing about that is
we have a podcast.
But my mom would always give us code words and she'd be like, she was paranoid. Yeah. Like mother in the 90s who was like, there's no cell phones and someone's going to take my light-skinned child. I know it. She would always be like, I will never send someone to pick you up.
Yeah.
And if I do, they will have the code word.
Yeah. I was like, that's good
okay. Though. So now I don't fucking trust anybody because I'm like, you know the code word?
Yeah.
You don't know?
Very true. That's very true.
The code words. I thought I was going to tell you.
Pineapples.
That is scary, though, because how many people just pick up the phone? I hear your voice. Okay, you're calling from a different number because obviously something happened with your phone. Yeah, I'll just come and get you.
Well, even that's just like credit repair people. They tell you, too, like when a creditor calls you and they're just like, hi, can I speak to so-and-so? Am I speaking to Alyssa so-and-so? And you're just like, yes, this is Alyssa. And they have your voice recorded. Yeah. And they're just like, just say, may I ask who's calling? What are you calling in regards to? What? Well, I need to verify that this. Can you verify your date of birth? Hell no, bitch. You call me. If you need to verify who the fuck I am, you should have known the number that you called.
And this is why I don't answer unknown numbers.
Well, you don't answer numbers that you know anyway.
I don't answer.
I called this heifer that was like, hey, I'm going to Nothing But Cakes. Try to figure out what you want. Ask me if she answered my phone call. No. And I left a voicemail.
Listen, I did not have access to my phone at that time. I just don't like talking. If I answer your phone calls, just know it's real, because I hate answering the phone. But especially, I will not answer an unknown number, because if it's important, you'll leave me a message.
Yeah.
If it's important, you'll call me twice. But if it's really important, you'll leave a message.
I can't stand it.
Do you answer unknown numbers?
No.
See? Same thing.
Never. But I answer known numbers that's in my phone.
Oh, well, yeah, teach his own.
Unless I just don't want to talk to you. And I'll just let it ring, and then I'll be like, you didn't leave a message. Because I'm the person, I listen to my voicemails.
I try to.
And that's why I like to give a brief description. When I call, hey, I'm calling because I'm going to Nothing But Cakes. What flavor do you want? I'll be there in 20 minutes. And if you don't answer, I'm just going to pick whatever flavor. Or I'm not going to get you anything.
I didn't even listen to the voicemail.
I literally could have said, Alyssa, I need you to meet me here. I just won $100 million and I want to give you half. And you would have fucking
See, but I saw the missed call and I immediately called back, so I didn't listen to the voicemail because I thought,
You did call back, which was great.
Yeah.
Because I was driving, so I couldn't text.
I'm working on myself.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm at least trying to answer the phone, because I feel like
at least you call me back.
I've had some people recently been like, hey, I'm here trying to, put myself out to you.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that reciprocated at all. And I was like, oh shit, my bad.
See?
I'm so sorry.
See? I could even text this girl at work when we worked together in the same unit, and she would never answer the work phone. And I'm like,
yo, I just like am in my own world. And you know what? I have ghost vibrates all the time and ghost pings. And so
I do too.
I'm like, it's just me.
Especially on my watch. I swear something is always going off on my watch, and I'm like,
yeah, so I'm like,
half the time I don't even have it on.
I'll ignore it. It's not real. Or I don't hear it at all. I don't know, dude. There's something wrong in here.
That's crazy. Well,
between the ears.
Yeah.
Gotta get it checked.
What are you watching?
Girl, I'm on season 4 of Peaky Blinders.
How many seasons is this?
There's the 6th one's coming out. There's 5 seasons. Jesus. But Thomas Shelby, my oh my, your girl is booking a first class to London/Ireland very soon. Because I need to be involved in a gang. I think I do.
I thought you just wanted to be the wife of a mob boss.
I did, but the more I get into it, I'm like, I could do this shit.
Oh, were you trying to be like Queen of the South or something? Trying to be like,
oh, that was a good show.
Yeah.
I only watched the first 2 seasons.
I only watched the first.
Yeah.
I'm not really into like drug lord stuff like that.
What? Damn, I love shit.
I like apocalyptic movies. You know that. And shows.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
I won't even try to get you to watch Peaky Blinders.
Nah.
It's not for you. But if anyone out there, I feel like I've had a couple people being like, oh, a lot of people are watching that right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the 6th season's coming out. It's just been on my list for forever. But it's so good.
Cool beans.
I watched the 2nd season of this show called Starstruck that came out on HBO.
What is that about? It's
about this like regular ass girl who has a one-night stand with this Indian dude, and he turns out to be an actor. And they start kind of dating back and forth, but she's like, what the hell, you're an actor, like this isn't real and this isn't gonna work out. But he really likes her. It's cute.
Wow.
And then I watched the Tony Hawk documentary on HBO.
He's such a nice guy.
Until the wheels fall off. Yo,
isn't he still skating?
He is A, still skating, B, the nicest guy in the world. Yeah. That documentary is so good. My mom was watching and I just sat down to, I don't know, be nice and like
I hate you. I hate everything.
Spend some time with my mom. I could not get up. It was so good. It's just about, how he started and all the shit he's been through, how influential he is for skating, how much money he was making, all the tricks he landed that no one had landed before, all these guys he skated with that are still friends with him, the fact that he's still skating.
He really is the face of like skateboarding, like
Tony Hawk is he is these. It's just like how Shaun White's a snowboarder, Tony Hawk is a skateboarder.
Yeah, definitely.
And he talks about how fucked up shit was when he was famous, and how it was a drug to him, and how he had to go to rehab basically, and how he had these kids with all these women, and he was. It was just like a very stripped.
How many kids he got? He was over there tooting and booting somebody else too.
He's got a handful of kids.
Wow. Well, he can afford them.
And he was. I didn't know what I was in for. I thought it was just gonna be like, here's Tony Hawk. He's a skater. Here's all the cool shit he did.
Yeah.
It's so much more than that. It is so good. If you like documentaries, it's really good.
Cool beans.
I'm like a full-fledged Tony Hawk
fan.
He talks about all of his injuries, and they show clips of his injuries, and even like...
Oh, I'm quite sure he's been injured a shit ton.
Just watching it, I was like, oh my God, sir. He's like, I don't even remember how many times I've blacked out from a concussion.
Jesus.
Insane. But
and he looks so old now.
Yeah, he looks very old. And the son, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
But it's just like all these guys now that he skated with are older now, and they'll still come and skate, and you can tell when they like kind of stop themselves when they're doing a trick and they feel like it's not going right, and he just pushes still and pushes.
Yeah, because at this point, any fall that they have is going to be surgery.
Yeah, and he just isn't. He is not the same.
Yeah,
he is not of this. Like there is a personality, a temperament of some people. I wonder what his sign is. I need to look that up.
He seems like a very calm guy.
He's calm, but
almost like Michael Phelpsy.
When you watch him skate, he doesn't stop. Like
really?
He'll try to land a trick, won't land it. Goes back, won't land it. And they're just playing this over and over and over again of him trying to land the same. And I'm just like, at what point do you say like, let me call for today? Yeah. Never calls it
until he gets it. Yeah,
until he gets it. And I'm like, if I just had that,
that's a true champion.
What could I accomplish?
I used to be like that, and corporate America burned it out of me.
He's a Taurus.
Don't do that. Is he an April Taurus or a May Taurus?
May Taurus.
Ooh, surprising. We're very motivated, self-motivated. That's very true. I'm not motivated right now, but
but when you are, you are.
Absolutely.
When you find something
Nobody
you love, you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that it was skating for him. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All that to say,
watch Tony Hawk.
Watch the Tony Hawk documentary on HBO.
That's cool.
What about you? What are you watching?
So, two things. The first one, or three things rather. Is It Cake on Netflix? It's a show.
I've seen the previews.
It's super cool.
It looks super good. It's like they make a cake and they have the real thing too, and you have to figure out.
Yeah, so it's like they have a project that they have to do. I think it's like 2 or 3 of them that go against each other every single week or every single episode. And they have to make a dish, and then they bring celebrities on there that basically they have 5 of the real thing, and then they're one thing, but it's mixed in there. You can't get close up on it, so you have to be standing kind of far away. And if you get, I think they're trying to win $10,000, which I'm like, that's not a lot. You know, after taxes, that's gonna be like $2,000 anyway.
It's the notoriety, I bet.
I guess so. All these people, like they make the most amazing things. Like they had tacos, and then one of them made like a burger, another one made like a croissant sandwich. It was insane, but it was all cake. And so if the celebrity judge can guess that it's cake, then you lose.
So,
yeah.
This girl I went to college with, who probably has no fucking idea who I am.
Yeah.
Sam Cade, Cade's Cakes. She's on that show.
Oh, cool.
And I worked at this apartment complex. She would make cakes out of the apartment, and they were beautiful back then.
That is cool.
And then she moved to New York, and she started doing big shit, and now she's on that show.
Yeah, that's cool. The host is annoying.
Who's that guy? What is that guy from?
I don't know, but he's annoying as shit. Like he's
something.
trying way too hard, and I don't like him.
You know who they needed?
Sucks.
Nicole Byer.
No,
because she does the what is that show? She just nailed it.
I do not like Nicole Byer. Oh Jesus Lord, she's too much sometimes.
Mikey Day, is he from a MTV show?
I just know he's annoying. But I've also been watching. I watched this one movie. I'm not saying
he's from Wild and Out. That's what it is.
Yes, but he's not the same though. Because on Wild and Out, he's actually funny.
He was funny on Wild and Out. He was the white guy with the good jokes.
Exactly. But this is he's horrible.
He's like over the top crackhead.
Yes, he's just like, and now is it cake or not? And you're just like, relax. There's no audience like that's with you. Stop. But anyway, I watched this one movie on Netflix. I'm not recommending it. I kind of saw it on accident. It's Kirsten Dunst's husband. Jesse Duplantis. Duplantis is the preacher.
I think it's Jesse Plemons.
So it was. Oh God, I hate movies like that. It's almost kind of like the Kerry Washington with the American Son, where everything is filmed like in the same kind of like area, or
Malcolm and Marie.
Yes, and it's just in the damn house or whatever. It's annoying.
Gives me
but anyway,
anxiety.
It's a movie about this tech billionaire who him and his wife decide to go to like their vacation house or whatever. And when they get there, there's this man that's in the house that technically takes them hostage or whatever, but it's just going through the wilds of them trying to figure out who he is, why he knows them, and all the twists and turns. It was a dumbass fucking ending.
What is it called?
Called Windfall.
I heard that was good.
No. Sucked. It had 96, and that's what they got me. Fucking Rotten Tomatoes, you bitch asses, because it had like a 96% match. Like, oh, this thing is good. Mm-hmm. Horrible.
Oh,
horrible movie. It was, and I was just like,
I've heard such good things about it. I need to watch it, and we'll see.
I was already like 43 minutes in, and I was like, well, I'm just go ahead and finish it. And also, I'm looking forward to Umbrella Academy. It's coming back in June.
Dude, when's Lovecraft Country coming back?
It's not. They canceled
I thought they were gonna pick it up again.
Well, she's on Nope. She's on Netflix now. I lied. Apple. She signed a deal. Misha
Apple
Green
TV.
Misha Green signed a deal with Apple. So I don't know if they're going to bring it back or not.
I heard Severance on Apple TV. I've heard multiple people tell me that show is great. It's basically, I've only watched the first episode, so that's all I can tell you about. But these people go to work, and every day that they show up to work, they're like, their brain is wiped when they leave. So they show up to work, they do their job, they leave, and when they leave, they don't know like what their job is or what they do. It's weird.
That seems like my kind of movie.
It probably is on Apple Plus, and I've only watched the first episode, but I've heard it's really good. I hope to keep watching it. But I did see Morbius in theaters. So here's the thing: did you see on Rotten Tomatoes? It has like 17%.
Are you serious?
No, I'll double check that. It was horrible. It had like an audience score of 67%, but the Rotten Tomatoes score was trash.
Oh, I also saw Earthquake's Netflix special that was produced by Dave Chappelle. It's really good. Shouts out to Earthquake. I've been watching him since Def Comedy Jam. Oh, he's amazing. I love Earthquake.
17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus.
The tomato meter, but the audience score is 70%.
That's still low.
So listen, 70% is pretty good for an audience score. Oh, that's true. Okay, so listen, I went in thinking like, this is going to be awful.
Yeah.
It was not as bad. It's not awful. It's just like not.
How long was the movie?
It's not Spider-Man or anything like that. It's like what's the Iron Man everyone hates? Iron Man 3.
I love every Iron Man.
Okay.
How dare don't blaspheme? This is an Iron Man Stand podcast.
I apologize. How long is this movie? How do I know that information? I want to say it's 2 hours long.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like what's the one?
It's not like a Avengers. Fucking. What's the movie we watched that was just super long? Batman. Oh, that was so freaking long.
Avengers was long too. The last one with.
I think this is about 2 hours long. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. It's a cute little fun watch if you're into Marvel and stuff.
Okay.
And vampires.
I like Marvel.
Yeah.
I like Marvel.
I like Jared Leto and I like Marvel, so
cool beans.
It worked out.
Cool beans. Well, anything else you've been watching?
No. Well, I think that's it.
All right, well, let's head on over to the rehab corner. All right, so in the rehab corner, we are talking about an amazing thing, right? So, you know how Alyssa and I used to work at the hospital together, right? One of the hospitals here in town. Maybe you recall, when we first started the podcast. And we had I think the biggest issue with like lack of representation when it comes to supplies, especially with different groups of people, specifically women in an ICU, and how their hair gets matted, especially these people who stay in the hospital for longest
on those nasty cotton sheets.
Oh my God. And they don't have, black women don't have bonnets to be able to protect their hair, satin pillowcases or anything like that. Well, I saw this, I was on TikTok as I usually am. And this one nurse, she literally like has this video of tailing herself going into like the supply closet. And she pulls out, she's a nurse at Duke University Hospital. She pulls out Cantu products, hair products for black women.
I would die if I had that in a hospital.
Oh my God. It was like, it had like a little thing of conditioner. And so she was basically saying like after years of her trying to go to admin and say, listen, we need representation for African-American women's hair.
Just like at Target.
Exactly. And so they literally added this into their supply where you can go and get like hair grease and hair oil and all that kind of stuff. And she was even like combs. I was just like, shouts out to Duke University Hospital.
Because how sad is it when you walk into like, there's a black woman who's like, yeah, I would like to brush my hair. And you walk in with one of those fucking Life Touch Picture Day combs. And you're like, this ain't going to do shit for you. It looks like a rice comb. And then you have this shitty like Johnson & Johnson body wash, hair wash. That's not going to do anything for them. Or you have the shampoo cap that's not going to do anything.
Exactly.
For your 4C hair.
Yep. And because I've had to do that where literally I've had, patients where they've been on life support, intubated, sedated, and then the nurse is just like, Monica, can you just come? Like, I'm not trying to make this about race, but I kind of am. And they're just like, can you come and like do something with their hair? Because remember the one freaking flyer who loves me. So she was just like, I want to,
No toes?
Yes. And so she was just like, I want to get my hair like yours. And this was before I locked my hair. And I remember I was literally like, she was working with Audrey one particular day and sitting up at the edge of the bed while I was twisting her hair. And of course, y'all had this maintain conditioner.
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
that's all we have is that mane and tail.
It was gross.
If you're an OT, listen, in our hospital, if you're working with OT, though. We did try. We mane and tail
everybody,
detangle everyone. Yeah. That's all I got. That's my one weapon.
And that stuff does not work on black people's hair.
No, it doesn't
It just
at
did
all.
not. So
but it's sad and it's hard. My whole job, OT in the hospital, occupational therapy is ADLs, activities of daily living.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth, washing your face, combing and grooming your hair, toileting.
Yeah.
So like if we ain't got the tools, we're screwed. And
Exactly.
having your right back to the Jada Pinkett Smith thing. Hair is such a big part of identity and femininity and just feeling clean and self-esteem. Because
when you look good,
confidence.
you feel good.
Exactly. So a lot of it is, I know you're sick and you've been in ICU and you feel like shit, but if I can go in there and we can brush your teeth and wash your face, you'll feel better. You don't feel better if your hair still feels and looks like trash.
Well, even some patients too are just like, well, I don't want to walk in the hallway with physical therapy, which is what, you know, physical therapists do. Like we gait train and we try to help people walk again. But a lot of patients don't want to go in the hallway because they're just like, oh my God, look at my hair. And I'm just like, girl, don't worry about your hair. Everybody look bad in here because everybody does. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, just because everybody else looks bad doesn't mean that you want to look bad. Yeah. So, you know, we've had patients who have come by and, you know, we've bought them a bonnet or something like that. I bought satin bonnets for black patients and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think white women wear bonnets. Do white women wear bonnets?
Some with curly hair do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's it's because of stuff like people are becoming more educated, right? Because just because things are very popular for black people, they're popular because of your hair texture and the curl. So now other women of other ethnicities are like, oh, I can do that too. That will help my hair too. Yeah. But hair's just one of those things, dude. It's super personal and super tough. I cannot tell you how many times I did not go to school when I was younger because my hair looked insane. I didn't know what to do with it, and I refused to leave the house. And my mom eventually would be like, then stay your ass here. I have to go. I'm not doing this.
I used to do that too. Like when I was in school, if I couldn't get my ponytail just right, I remember I used to get so frustrated. I would like throw things. It was horrible. And I used to try to put like, this is when the world of like bandanas were out. I mean, gang members still wear them, but this was like you wore them for your hair. All the gangs. Exactly. But then when you go to school, they're like, oh, no bandanas or hats. So you're just like walking around like, my hair looks a fucking mess. And then you have to find one of your friends who knows how to braid and put some kind of braid or something in your hair. But I just thought that this was amazing that I think really nice. that everybody should take a page out of Duke University Hospital's book and that they should start implementing hair products that reflect the people who come into their doors. I mean, something as simple as that where you have a woman's hair who's matted down and then they have to end up cutting their hair. And it's just like, why is that not a part of like supply chain? Like it just should be. It should be. Just saying.
I like it.
Yeah.
So Picasso.
That was our rehab.
Have you ever cried from a haircut?
Yes.
See, shit is personal.
I am very emotionally attached to my hair. And I
think a lot of women are.
Yeah. Because too, when I think black women go through this thing where you're like, oh my God, my hair was so long back in the day and I got that perm and that perm took my hair out. But legit, my hair used to be super long. And the problem is that I did not take care of it once my mom permed it. And it wasn't that lye was in my hair or anything. I mean, I did get my first perm with lye in it, which was horrible. Lye? Yeah, but it didn't rip my hair out.
Like what you used to eat bodies with?
Yeah, LYE. Yeah. It was horrible, but my hair didn't fall out, which was good. And my hair was very long as a child, but I didn't take care of it once I got to a certain age. My mom was like, well, no, you need to start doing your own hair. And then I used to just wear ponytails all the time because I, played sports. I was in the band and all that kind of stuff. And so, but yeah, I became very emotionally attached to my hair, especially like in college. I stayed with a wrap. Okay. Like, which is pretty much what you have right now. I stayed wrapping my hair. I would come home from class, wrap my hair, put my little silk bonnets, everything. I literally had a whole wash day routine. My hair was trained and laid. And then once I went natural, in PT school, I just kept my hair twisted because I was like, I'm not going to do my hair. But I am very emotionally attached to my hair because I'm even thinking about combing out my locks because I don't really want them anymore. Yeah, I miss my real hair.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom, when I was young, and I always tell her this, I still don't know if I will ever forgive her. I had this I had these big barrel curls, and she was just like, white mom, early 90s, no blogs, no TikTok. She was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with your hair. Yeah. And so the lady who took care of me, her husband was black, and she was like, you have to perm her hair. You have to.
Oh no.
So of course she went to the store and got that fucking box of
just for me,
bitch, and it was not for me. I was not the one. But she was like, oh yep, go. She put it on my head a couple of minutes, probably the regular time, but I have my hair's curly, but it's fine. Yeah, because my mom's white. Yeah. I started screaming
because it was burning.
That's
how you know it's working.
She goes, washes my hair and just starts falling out.
No.
Yes. So after that, literally, I always tell her, I'm like, you ruined my hair.
She didn't know.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
So then like years later, I'm probably like in second or third grade. I just never, my hair went back to curly. I would never take care of it. I would always throw it up in a bun. I never wanted her to touch it. I just whatever.
Yeah.
Huge knot, mad in my hair. And she was like, if you don't want to take care of it, we're not taking care of it. Cut it straight out. Probably had fucked up hair.
Yeah.
I've had horrible haircuts because these white ladies would try to cut my curly hair wet and then it would shrink up. I would just cry all the time.
Yeah. Because I remember I had to, like back in the like late 90s, I had a mushroom hairstyle. So I had like cut here, but then I cut it all the way around. But I wanted it longer. And so my hairdresser at the time, she cut it super short where it was almost like shaved here. And I remember like it was cute, but when I went home and I was like, this is all I have left. Like I cried.
I know.
And like all my friends were like, oh my God, Monica, your hair is so cute. I was like, I don't like it. And it took for the longest for it to grow down to like puppy ears into a bob. And then I finally just cut it all the way around and just let it grow out.
The tears that come when you don't like your hair, it's like nothing else.
Yeah, it's traumatic.
When I was young, I was also a little shit kid, but
weren't we all?
I wanted a Chia Pet. I saw it on TV and my mom was like, we're not fucking buying you a Chia Pet. Chill out. So she said that she was on the phone and I went to lay down with her and she was just rubbing my head and just hair started coming out. And she was like, what? She was like, what did you do to your hair? I was like, I just wanted a Chia Pet. And she said she opened like the media cabinet. I had just cut all of my hair off.
You are horrible.
Stuffed it under the cabinet and she just went in the bathroom. I just remember her crying. She's like, your hair.
She probably was like, I already don't know what to do with her fucking head. And she goes and cuts and it makes it worse. This devil child.
What did you do to your hair? And then I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. So we've come a long way.
Yeah.
We've come a long
way.
I
mean, your hair is very healthy.
Yeah. I just got it trimmed. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I've been trying to get this like very prominent curly hair specialist in Austin, right? And I've been following her for years. And she, especially during the pandemic, she's like not taking any new people. She never has any openings. Yeah. And so finally I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just got to find someone here, which in San Antonio, if you're looking for someone who deals with curly hair, is hard.
Well, what you call it? She left, loser, which is one of the reasons why I ended up locking my hair. What was her name at the blow bar?
Caprice.
I think that's her because her name is on. We're friends on Instagram, but her name is not her name.
She just understood the assignment.
But the thing is, I got my hair like blown out and washed by her and Flatiron one good time, and then she ups and moves to Dallas.
She was. I
hope you see this.
She was. The best.
Yeah, Caprice. That was her name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I'm so mad at you.
Yeah. So I finally found this girl on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I need to start figuring out my curly hair. Yeah. Like I need to be better to it. I need to just start because my hair got really long, but it was dead, so I needed to trim it. I go in. We're talking. She trims my hair. It's longer on this side. Whatever. She's gonna cut it, and I said, okay, so I'm gonna have to still blow. Like I'm still gonna put heat on it. I'm trying not to, but until then, like, what do you recommend? And she was like, just heat protectant. Be careful about it, and for the love of God, do not use those Revlon blow dryers. Bitch, when I tell you, I've been drying my hair with a Revlon round brush blow dryer for the last 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
She was like, that will completely ruin your hair.
Allegedly.
Sorry. Excuse me. I was like, great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wow.
Awesome. So don't use the Revlon blow dryer if you feel like it's going to burn your hair.
Allegedly.
Because it may.
Well, I remember I used to, there's one lady that I trusted with trimming my hair before I locked my hair. And her daughter is actually really good friends with my sister, my oldest sister. And shouts out to Sabrina. She worked at Supercuts. I don't know if she still works.
You got a haircut from Supercuts?
No, she's black.
Oh,
she's black. So I used to go to her like once every 6 months with my natural hair, and I would blow dry it out. She would go and trim my hair every 6 months like clockwork. And Sabrina is the only person that I trust to actually cut my hair, because I remember when I used to go to the salon, I would cry by how much hair they would cut off. And my mom like, oh my God, your hair's so pretty. I'm like, I don't like it. They fucking cut my hair.
Moms try to be so nice.
It's so pretty.
It's not.
It's not. God damn it. They cut too much of my hair off.
I told you when they waxed my brows too thin one time.
I've had that happen before.
Cried, laying on my bed hugging a pillow crying.
Yeah. When your eyebrows are fucked up, your whole life
and that shit's hard to grow back out.
You can't recover from that.
And my mom was like, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
You fill them in anyway. And I was like, I don't know how to work with this.
Point. Yeah. It's a blank canvas now.
Yeah. Hair is very sensitive.
I don't see how Whoopi Goldberg does it. She has no eyebrows.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, she has no eyebrows.
How?
And I don't know if it's because I'm like, you have hair on your head, so I don't know if she shaves
There's a lot
it.
of hair.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know if she shaves her eyebrows or she just can't grow eyebrows, but she does not have eyebrows.
My Nana just got her eyebrows tattooed.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She said all the ladies her age are doing it.
Well, see, I need to get my eyebrows done, and I don't get them done very often because the last time I did, the lady cut like part of my eyebrow off, and I was I know I need to go to her because
except for and like God bless her, we all support small businesses, especially of brown and black women. But I keep telling people to go see her, and now I can't get a fucking appointment because she's booked up. So now I got to keep my mouth shut. But I'll give her information to you.
Yes, definitely.
Keeping her to myself, though.
Yeah, I know you kind of got to gatekeep. That's why with my hair braider. That's like with my hair braider, Braids by Ray. I don't like to tell people about her because I'm just like, well, I tell them now more because I can't get my hair braided by her right now because my hair's locked. But I used to hate that. I'm like, if I can't get an appointment, I'm gonna be pissed if I recommended all these people.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like so open and share this good information and support her. But I told her the other day, I was like, girl, I can't be supporting you like this.
Exactly. If I can't get my standing appointment on time, yeah, that's very true. But yeah. So all that to say, stop talking about black people's hair, especially black women. Stop talking about our hair. If you're not a black woman, don't talk about our hair. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's a sensitive subject. Thank you.
Also, that's like the first thing people attack when you're a kid is if your hair looks fucked up. And I think that's just all deep-rooted emotional trauma in all of us that doesn't need to be brought up at an award show nonetheless.
But you know what I hate though about like even talking about hair in itself, like especially black women's hair. Everybody I don't say everybody. Different groups of people always try to make it seem like, oh, if a woman wears her hair straight, oh, you just trying to adapt to European standards of beauty.
No, I'm trying to wash my hair once every week and a half and not deal with this shit. Do you know everything I have to do to wear this shit curly?
It's difficult to do my hair. This is why women people lock their hair for different reasons. So some women lock their hair because it's a spirituality thing. No, I just got tired of doing my hair and damaging it. So I wanted to go ahead and lock it. So it's something less that I have to deal with. But there is never, if I flat out my hair, even if I put extensions in my hair, wear a lace, which I don't wear lace because I hate those things. But at the same time, if I want to wear that, it's easier to manage. So again, if you don't have a head full of hair as a black woman, shut your mouth on why we get our hair done.
Also, what if I do want to conform? Because it was only in the last 5 years when, quote, natural hair was accepted and celebrated and shown. And if I didn't know that before, why you know what I mean? You don't know what anyone's dealing with.
Well, the thing is, even in corporate America, I mean, they just passed the Crown Act.
This year, 2022. Shut your mouth. Shut
up. If you're not a black woman with hair, shut up.
Yeah,
and even if you're not a black woman altogether, just shut up about hair. Just be quiet.
If your name is not Ketanji.
Listen, I love her sister locks. Oh my God.
She's a beautiful
gorgeous.
Woman.
I absolutely
How much do you think she pays
her.
for that?
To get it retwisted, you can pay anywhere from like $80 to $120, depending on who you're going to, because she has a lot of sister locks. Because it almost looks like she has micro locks, honestly, because hers are so thin. But yeah, you can pay anybody for a retwist anywhere between $80 to $120, just depending on where you go. Yeah, but I love the fact that she's sitting on the Supreme Court with locks. I love it because that's true representation. And after the Crown Act has been passed, and Joe Biden, thank you for finally signing the anti-lynching bill, the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill. So now it's illegal to lynch people after all these fucking years. Insane. But anyway, cancel them student loans, Joe. Thank you.
And on the backs of that, I'd like to not pay my student loans back.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I should be celebrated. I'm a healthcare hero.
You're out of healthcare, man.
Bam, I was in it before the vaccine, so that counts. Okay, I was sacrificing my life. That's back pay reparation.
I wish it was just like, how many people did you nurse back to health from COVID-19?
Listen, without a vaccine.
Each one should be $2,500 off.
With a repurposed mask, Joe. Ugh. Do you know what it's like to wear your own mask? You've been hawking your breath in it for 8 hours? And they're, we UV'd it. You couldn't put a mitt in there or something? Jesus.
I used to wear lipstick and makeup so that they wouldn't give me the mask back.
Mine used to sweat so bad once they switched over to the more paper ones as opposed to the industrial ones. And they'd be like, yeah, we had to trash yours. It was too much sweat. Thank you. Because I'm fat and obese and I'm trying to save people's lives, Joe. But anyway. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So happy Occupational Therapy Month. Y'all, again, if you see an OT, hug an OT, love an OT, give them some money in their Cash App, their Zelle, their Venmo, their PayPal.
If you're in the ICU and the OT comes in, don't make a joke about how you are retired or you already have an occupation.
Because it's not that.
It's not that.
No, definitely not.
But yeah.
So advocate for your OTs. Absolutely.
Everyone go to OT school.
Don't do that.
Just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't go to PT school either. This one girl, this last thing, the group that I'm in on Facebook about the alternative health careers. Mm-hmm. there was this one girl that was like, yeah, you know, I'm in school or whatever, and I think she said her daughter or something like that, or somebody she knows anyway, was like looking into going into PT school and getting her DPT, and she was like, for all those DPTs out there, do you recommend it? I literally put on there 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I said run the other direction. Do not go into rehab. Absolutely not. Don't do it.
Don't
Go into tech. Go into something else. Don't go into rehab.
If you have to rely on your own income, I would not recommend it.
No, don't go into rehab.
If you're just doing it for shits and giggles, sure, why not?
Yeah, it's too much schooling. Like the amount of money that you have to pay for the degree versus the pay that you get, unequal. 0 out of 10.
It's almost as bad as being a chiropractor.
Chiropractors make good money,
depending on where they are.
That's true. That's
if you have your own business, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then
but they pay a lot for chiropractic school.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do. It's like med school.
Yeah,
or a little bit less, but might as well. I mean, it's like $200,000. Anyway, neither here nor there. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, that's all I got.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. We definitely do appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for your patience and allowing us an opportunity to have a week off. And the video is up for episode 75. I was having some technical difficulties with my mom's horrible internet, but the video is up on YouTube.
The internet in Florida is weird.
But listen, that AT&T, anyway, neither here nor there, allegedly. So, yes. Well, again, remember to spread love.
Spread light. And don't forget to laugh your face off.
I miss doing this. Last Saturday, what was I doing? Oh, I was out to dinner.
At your expensive cauliflower dinner?
Oh, $25 for a goddamn piece of half cauliflower.
Was it good?
It was. But it wasn't worth $25. They had some really good yeast rolls.
Yeast rolls? I was like, what is on your face? It's the blue from the... It looked like a...
Oh, that's the same thing you be having. I'd be like,
I know. I was like, is there a growth on your face? I've never seen that before. We have to get it checked.
Oh, on the other side, too.
Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.